Our quest goes on, and we've had another contender step up, do battle, and is now ready for retirement. How did the Asics Gel Nimbus 25 do? Well, stay right here because I'm gonna bring you some really great information and my final recommendation on the Asics Gel Nimbus 25. If you want to see how the Gel Nimbus got here, take a look at this video right here, but don't click that unless you promise to click the link at the end of the video to come back here and see the final review. Promise me you'll be back. So let's take a look at the final condition of this shoe. I found that the upper managed really well. I never lost any consistency. It's kept its shape, its rigidity. It did have a little bit of flex in it the whole time I ran with it, but I got used to that. That was no big deal. The cushioning, didn't see a whole lot of compression. If you take a look here, not a whole lot of compression marks. The cushioning's held up. It felt just as good at the end of the life of this shoe as it did in the beginning. Where I found the big problem with this shoe is the sole. I really wanted to fall in love with this shoe, really did, but the sole was its downfall. It didn't have a whole lot of traction, but this is advertised as a road shoe. It is not advertised to run in the sand and the wet. It's advertised to run in the good quality, clean conditions, and it did quite well there. But it did have wear at the sole, and it wore off the back right here. I do have a slight heel strike, but this shoe made it the farthest of any shoe that I've run so far. The inners worked out really well, had no issues whatsoever with the material on the inside. They didn't have any tears, any rips, or any notable wear on the inside. How'd this shoe do? It held up for 309 miles, the best yet. So how much does that work out for? Take a look right here at the contenders that we've had in the past and what their cost, the mileage I got, and the cost per mile of each one is, and we will show you how they compared to the Gel Nimbus 25. As I said, the Gel Nimbus 25 went 309 miles. It cost $160, giving it a cost per mile of 51 cents per mile. Very respectable. Did I find any discounts on this? After running this for months, I went back, I checked everywhere I could. You're gonna have to pay $160 for this shoe. That's the cost at the time of recording this video. So what are my final recommendations on the Asics Gel Nimbus 25? Well, I rate my shoes in 5 possible recommendations. The highest would be highly recommended. Then there's recommended, good value, not so good value, and just plain junk. So, where does the Gel Nimbus fall? That depends. That depends on what you're gonna use it for. If you're only gonna use this shoe for clean road running, and I would use this shoe in a race because it is springy, it is fast, I would call this a highly recommended shoe with an asterisk. Why am I putting that asterisk on there? I'm putting that asterisk on there because it does not perform well in the sand, and it does not perform at all in the wet. I was hoping it would get better as time went on. This shoe got worse. It got so slippery, if it even drizzled outside, I switched to another shoe for my runs. So, final recommendation actually for this shoe without the asterisk is this shoe is a good value because you can run it in a race, you can run it on the good quality conditions, and it's going to last. Now, would I buy this shoe again? Would I call the Asics Gel Nimbus 25 the best trainer in the max cushion category? No. At $160, only being able to run it in the good conditions, I wouldn't buy this again for my purposes, but your purposes may be different. You may really like it. The shoe is a great shoe. And if you want to see another video on another shoe I did, here is the video on the New Balance FlyteFoam X 840 version 1. This is Coach John. Grab yourself some shoes, boom, heading out for a run.